We'll demonstrate how composable products work. From our previous demo, we have a WooCommerce store with 3 bikes. Each of them is empty. And we'll use components and recipes to build out this store. It's what we call composable products. If you go to our interface, you can see the road bike, mountain bike, and cruiser, and the recipes for each. You can toggle different views. What I'm going to do is hide currently the WooCommerce view, which shows you the images that you might be changing, the price, sale price, etc. Since we're working with recipes, I'm going to turn that off for now. All right, let's go ahead and build the road bike with the pre-configured components I have. Then I'll show you how you can create brand new components very quickly and easily. Delete the default component and start adding your components. So I have a master image for the bike. User needs to be able to select the colors, select the handlebars, the seat, the crank, tires. I have some JavaScript to make it look nice. And then I have the road bike frame. So just like that, I now have a road bike recipe. I'm going to use component copy to use this as a template for my mountain and cruiser, because for the most part, they're the same except the frame. Let's go ahead and paste those components. Now we need to edit the recipe, remove the road frame and that first component. Remove the road frame, add in the mountain bike frame. Same for the cruiser. So we have all 3 bikes created. Let's deploy them all. Perfect. Let's go over to our store, click road bike. And you can see here, you can now order the road bike, same with the mountain bike and the cruiser. Looks like I made a mistake. The cruiser, I must not have deleted the road bike frame. Yes, there it is. Go ahead and fix that. Remove the road bike frame, data, and just deploy the cruiser. Go back, take the cruiser, and you can see the frame is corrected. But again, it shows you how quickly you can address mistakes. Now, once we've got our recipes built, what we can do is start making tests. Let's say for the road bike, I want to experiment with the sort order of the products. I can duplicate this road bike. Now I'm going to tag this one as my A test, hit return. I'm going to tag this one as my B test, hit return. So this is labeled A and B. You could toggle between your A test and your B test. So with my B test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the sort order of these components. Go ahead and sort this differently. I'm going to move the tires to the top, just right underneath colors. I'm going to move the cranks next, and then I'm going to do seat, and I'm going to do handlebars last. Click OK. I'm going to go ahead and deploy that. Back here, go back to our store. Now our road bike should have a different sort order for the components. And there we have it. We have tires, cranks, seat, and handlebars last. So with this method now, I can quickly toggle between A and B. I can even create a C test if I wanted a different variant. But again, this is a great tool to allow you to A/B test products and then decide it worked. Let's say the B version didn't work out well. You can then delete the B version, delete the recipe, and go back, and now you have our A. Let's go ahead and deploy A. Refresh. And there you go, back to the same order. Now, one thing I'll show you if you're curious, let's say you wanted that B test back. It's not actually deleted. You can delete it permanently, but it's right here with the B test label. So let's say we decide we want to run this test again. We could restore this recipe and then go to our B test, go deploy, go back to our bike, refresh it. And there we are, we're running the A/B test. Now, let's go ahead and show you how to create a new component. Let's say in our B test, we want to collect some information. I'll make a fictitious test, but for now, I'll just create a new component. Double click. Now I'm going to create a new component. You can just type in your component name here. I'm going to call it my test because it's not going to be that useful. When you hit return, it's actually going to create a new Gravity form on our server. Right? Go ahead, update. Now our component is right here. We can click to open that component. And now I could put on, let's see, we call this section, call this delivery options. And then we could add in the name, add in email address, and so forth. We could continue to add things to this. Let's make this narrow, make this even more narrow. Actually, I don't want a column heading, because I want to move this somewhere beneath the form. That's all we want to add. You could say like a delivery date, time. Okay, so now we've got a pretty decent form. Let's go ahead and save this. We'll go back over here. You can see it turned pink because we've made changes. We're going to move that, let's say right above the color component. So we're going to sort that. Okay. So there it's sorted right above the color component. We're going to go ahead and deploy our B test now. It's deployed. Refresh. And there you have it. Now there could be delivery information followed by the options. Now, obviously you can make this form a little prettier, but I think you get the idea. You can also add conditional logic, which I think if you want to do that, you can watch the Gravity Forms tutorial. Basically, Gravity Forms is a very powerful tool, and that's at the root of the recipes for Gravity Cloud. You could then also deploy that to our staging site. So if I go to our staging site, change the target, bring up our staging site. I'm not sure what a road bike looks like there. So this is the starting state. Now, if I wanted to deploy to staging, I've changed the target here. Do a force deploy to deploy everything. Over here, refresh. And now our staging site has this new aspect to it. I should make the name a little narrower. Go ahead and do that here. There we go. Save that. And we'll deploy it again. And there we have it. Looks a lot better. Now, if we want to deploy that to production, change the target. Deploy. And now this should be fixed here as well. There we are. So working with recipes, you can work quickly, and you can do things that are very challenging to do without it. Thanks for watching.